It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny Smith is here. Shaquille O'Neal. Big guy right there.
Ow.
Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Timberwolves out in Minneapolis. For the Timberwolves, 2 games into the season series against this team, they're tied at a game apiece, looking to grab the edge tonight. And for Karl Anthony Towns, just last season, GMs voted him the player they'd most like to build a team around. Shaq, I can't think of higher praise than that.
That's because Big Cats is a perfect example of the modern-day center. Can do it all, Ernie, on both ends of the floor.
I really like his game, too.
I agree. He's a terrific scorer on 3 levels, and that's pretty impressive. He can do it on the box, the mid-range, and the 3-ball, Ernie.
Yes,
he has a lot of years left in him. He can make a big impact. I probably would want to start a team with him as well.
Kevin Harlan will have the call. Game's about to start. We'll see y'all later.
Belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. Boy, do we have a treat for you folks. The big ticket is here. Kevin Garnett in the house. KG, welcome.
Man, a lot of people don't know that you actually gave me the name The Big Ticket. You and K-Hard, man. I hope you got a package of all this somewhere. I hope you own all the names that you've given over the years.
You are the big ticket still. Great to have Kevin Garnett. The Kings would love to finish off this road trip on a good note. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they like that streak to end tonight here.
Yeah, and Kevin, I haven't been able to quite figure out what the problem been for this group, but obviously neither have they, because the struggle is real. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's led to a dead end.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for Sacramento, we've got Bagley. Farrell is out there with Field. Then it's John Henson, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Beal. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And KG, as many points as you scored in your career, how much pride did you take in your defensive play?
You know, I like to think that it's respected. You know, I didn't play. I like to think that when I got to Boston, I made more of a added effort to play defense. You know, in Minnesota, I had such a responsibility on the offensive side that you don't ever save yourself. You don't save yourself in anything. But I would have to find ways of when I come out of the game. You know, immediate ice stuff that I could use to try to, get any type of rest. I know Flip was going to use me in 2 or 3 minute segments, so I would probably have 3 to 4 minutes of rest and then have to get right back out. But when I got to Boston, obviously, we had a deeper team, a better team, and Doc Rivers did a great job, I felt like, of listening to me. I was listening to my body, but more importantly, we have offensive scores. I wanted to be more of the head of our defense. I wanted to be the one to be talking. Rondo and I had an immediate chemistry with that. It was something that it was natural between the two of us, and I think everybody else followed. Tibbs threw some schemes on top of some of the stuff that we was able to bring. Doc was open to some of the different ideas, scheme-wise, and the rest is history. Next thing you know, Cleveland is running out stuff. LeBron goes to Miami now. Miami's running out stuff. Right, next thing you know, Miami beats us with our stuff. It's evolution. It's evolution. It's evolution, man. If I sit here and go through it and you sit back and go and watch it, you're like, holy snap. Wow, it's the same look. They're bringing the guy over, post up. Yeah, so shout to everybody and us innovating and bringing that defense, and shout to Tibbs. Right.
Timberwolves on defense, following the basket by Buddy Hield. Farrell kicks to Henson. Pass to Hield. 5 on the clock. From Beal. Over Hield. Beal can't get it to go. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Hield with it. Now Beal defending, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
He's a real wrecking ball inside. Once Bagley has solid position, you almost have to foul him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
One drops. He ties it up. And Kevin, when you look at Towns, is he as close to you in terms of what you were as any player you've seen maybe since you've been in the league? And young guy who plays the same position.
Cat is his own thing. You know, I like to think that he has a little bit of me in him. He has a little bit of Chris Bosh in him. He has a little bit of Webb in him. I like to think that he has some Tim Duncan in him because he used the glass. He used his left. You know, he'll slip under. He'll go under you. He's crafty. He shoots the 3 like Rasheed. Like he can put the ball on the floor like a guard. Like, and when you look at his makeup, man, he's trying to morph. Just think about what he's doing. He's at the 5. Really, I call him the 4, but he's at the 5 doing this. Him and Embiid, him and Porzingis, all these guys are morphing the center and power forward position.
It's amazing to watch. It's evolving before our eyes.
It is, man.
These kids.
And it's greatness, and I'm glad I got a front row seat. I'm glad I got a super intimate relationship with my dude to be able to see the DNA to carry this on, man. This is great, man. Cat's the future, bro. He's the future. Nothing better than that.
So it's Minnesota now after the Kings pick up 2. Back to Wiggins. Good, and the assist goes to Town.
A good score inside for a 3-man. I mean, Wiggins can beat you with his back to the basket or facing up.
Farrell kicks to Bagley. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Beal gets a wide open look. Offline with his 3. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They trail by 1. Passes it to Henson. Hield against Beal. Back to Henson. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Hield can't hit. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. They get it again. Towns can't get the reverse layup to fall. The Kings have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, now you're going to have to tone down the level of aggressiveness on the defensive end. That's his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
Marjanovic checked in for the Timberwolves. Rose comes in for Bradley Beal. And here are the Kings now. DiVincenzo, covered by Wiggins. Pocket 6. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer hits it from three-point range. Bagley's got 5. And that nickname, the Big Ticket, it stuck, and it certainly fit. KG, you were the Big Ticket.
Lord knows I owe you for that one, man.
You were the Big Ticket.
Where'd you get that from, man?
You know, I don't even know.
Okay, man, listen.
You have all the nicknames you have, and you've got some.
Yes.
Would you like that as well as any of that?
Listen, it has morphed now. I am the ticket.
The ticket, yeah, right.
My friends come to me and they ask me, Teron Lue, he don't call me. He hasn't called me Kevin since you've been calling me the Big Ticket. Everybody calls me Tick. All the young guys, I don't even think they know my name. There's no Ticket. Tick. Hey, Tick. Right, so that's what it is.
You're the Big Ticket still. Now here's Rose. After the miss from Buddy Hield. And it's Towns missing. Farrell looking around. Bucket is good. 6 points for him.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
Now here's Wiggins. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Milwaukee. Robinson pulls it in.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Here's Farrell, now recovering. Farrell passes to Bagley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Towns.
And really the potential Bagley has is so exciting. Just an absolute menace on both ends. And you can tell he wants to be great.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. That one misses. And Kevin, you think about some of your toughest matchups. What about Shaquille O'Neal? What was it like defending Big Shaq?
You know what, man? Shaq, later on in our years, I had to guard him later, man. I told y'all, man. I guarded Shaq one time in the Cleveland series. And it was like holding up the side of a house. Seriously. Listen, I want y'all to go home and do this. I know I usually use food, right?
Yeah, right.
We're going to use materials in houses today, okay? I want you to go home, tell your wife, your girlfriend to ignore you. Cut out the side of your house. Go get your homeboy, have him help you. After he cuts the side of it, I want you to hold up the side of the house with your forearm for the whole 24 hours.
Oh.
Matter of fact, let's just do 2 hours.
Okay, all right.
2 hours. I don't want to break your arm.
Okay, yeah.
After 2 hours, you're going to push the house back, reseal it with some glue or whatever, right? Not my problem. That's how you own things. Guard the shot.
Really?
I couldn't even wave at people right-handed for a whole day.
You had to be left-handed.
I had to wave left-handed. People know me. I'm all right-handed. I'm all, nothing left-handed. I just throw my hand in the air.
That is a big drink of water,
Listen,
isn't it?
man, listen, I have so many respect for all the centers that have guarded Shaq. Seriously, rest in peace to all the centers Shaq is
Exhausting,
destroyed.
huh? Exhausting.
Shaq is like a side of your house. For all y'all wondering what it's like, and all y'all want some of the diesel, what it's like to guard the diesel, go out and try to hold up your house. The diesel. Shout to the diesel.
Rose with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. out to Wiggins. 6 to shoot. From deep. Sacramento grabs the miss.
There are going to be times, I think, when it's okay to take a shot like that, but not on that possession.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he can make that, but that particular distance is not his specialty.
Here's Farrell. He has 6. Deep 2 from Robinson. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession. Kevin, you think about having that killer instinct, that killer mentality. You go against a Kobe Bryant, he would tear your heart out, as you would his.
And you have to understand that we all recognize that about each other. Tim Duncan would be the same. Rasheed Wallace would be the same. I would think of Allen Iverson would be the same. Vince Carter would do the same. These are guys who, Tracy McGrady, Charles Billups, these are all guys who kill O'Neal. These are all guys who don't care. And that's how it should be. And that's the game.
You can't be great unless you are, I don't think, can you?
I think you have to possess that killer instinct.
Jordan.
Man, listen, Michael Jordan was one of the darkest, seriously. Jordan could go into a place where he could go repetitive and he could go on talking to you. And the more he talked, I thought the better he got. And I thought the madder he got, the better he got. And the more upset and the more you didn't trap him, the more he was ticked off that you wasn't. Bro, there's a whole matrix to it. Like, seriously, this game is levels to it. And the ones that understand that have been in that understand what I'm talking about.
There's not a great player that hasn't been there.
No, because they understand that moment. When you got there, when you're in that moment, you're just riding the wave. You're just going to ride it. Great ones know what I'm talking about.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Jones, no luck. Now here's Bayless. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And it wasn't only his scoring. The intensity on defense. He nabbed 3 steals that night.
Outside for Beal. Another shot. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
So Allen will bring it up for Sacramento. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Right. There has to be some sort of consistent effort to generate quality shots. It seemed to me they thought they were going to come easily.
Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. You know, scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relay of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then, you know, Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
So I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility. One of my responsibilities was just being a professional and being ready to play.
Here's Jones. The Kings getting the bucket. Marjanovic down low, working on Allen. Outside Rose. Back to Marjanovic. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Marjanovic has got 5.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Now here's Bayless. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Bates Diop. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Rose up on top, defended by Allen. Here's Bates Diop. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Tries again, and the nice bucket inside for Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his third basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Giles, the pass to Bayless. Allen outside. To the paint. Stolen by Rose. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
There's 18 seconds left in the first. Clock at 6. Out to the wing. Here's Bayless, and the bank shot is good. Bayless has got his second basket of the night.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you have good offense, this is your game.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They lead by a bucket. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day and never take no days for granted.
His coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Robinson. Allen is out there with Giles. Then it's Jared Bayless. The Timberwolves have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that one falls for Jones. And Kevin, you think about the importance of veteran mentorship for young players looking back. Who provided that mentorship for you?
Sam Mitchell, Terry Porter, shout to Doug West, shout to J.R. Ryder, shout to, Christian Laettner. All these were my vets, both good and bad. I'm learning something from all these guys. Shout to Kevin McHale, shout to, rest in peace to the great Flip Saunders. These are all my vets who helped me progress as a guy and as a player. More importantly, took me under their wing, taught me finances, taught me about life, taught me how to be a young man, taught me about being professional, learning this book of business when it came to basketball, because when it comes to lockouts and all that stuff, when you have to be able to talk and negotiate your own stuff, you got to know the rules and know what it is. A lot of people don't know that the league is 2/3 of council, and you got to stay above that and understand how this whole monster works. And then if you want to be an elite, you got to dedicate yourself in the gym. You got to dedicate yourself in the business. You're trying to be a brand of something, you have to do all these things. When you look at Jordan, you look at Kobe, you look at these brands out here, LeBron has a brand, KD has a brand. You have to invest in yourself to be able to, grow this. This is the elite. I'm not talking about average. I'm not talking about good. I'm not talking about great. This is the elite. These are people that's going to be on and people that you're going to remember for years to come.
Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot on the plate, though.
True legendary.
And so here's Sacramento, following the three-pointer by Andrew Wiggins. And so Sacramento again turning it over. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at Minnesota. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And, of course, Sacramento just way behind.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys,
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. Hits it from three-point range. Kevin, can you be great playing NBA basketball and not love to play the game of basketball?
I think it helps, man. You know, to love something is to do it with that love, to do it with that passion, to do it with that effort. You know, I can remember my grandmother being there cooking with my aunt. They'd be in there singing, and they'd be dancing, they'd be tasting, and they'd be
good
mixing. Great memories, and, you know, and you would come in there, and it was just a good time. And that energy and that spirit, if you will, or that vibration or whatever was in her cooking. And when you taste their food, it was magical. So I like to think that when you play or when you practice or whatever you're doing with that love and that passion, with that appetite, with that whatever's in your mind or whatever that picture is that you're chasing, you're doing it with that passion that I'm loving what I'm doing. And when you do it with that passion, it shows. It's radiant. People see it for what it is, straight up.
Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams had the most second chance points in the league. Fifth best, the Kings.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Now here's Allen. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. Pass to Wiggins. They get the rebound. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. DiVincenzo, who's covered by Rose, and stolen by Wiggins. And here we go, fast break. Wiggins has got it. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Lowry.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
First one falls for him.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up and down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
And he makes both free throws.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Allen against Wiggins. The pass to Giles. Now here's Bayless. Allen up top. 6 on the shot clock. DiVincenzo. It's not going to go for him. Rose with some nice D.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Allen outside. DiVincenzo. He's covered by Rose. From beyond the arc. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Pass to Marjanovic. Jones kicks to Rose. Passes to Bates-Diop. Over Giles. Bates-Diop misses.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
DiVincenzo. Wiggins with some nice D.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
Pass to Jones. Here's Bates Diop. Bayless covering. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Bates Diop misses.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Wiggins against Allen. There's the pass to Bayless. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Here's a look at what's coming up now for the Sacramento Kings. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
That's good from Bayless. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
You cannot allow Beal to just catch and shoot. That's a warm-up shot for him.
The Kings trail by 14. Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
I think sometimes that's all it takes, right? We'll see if it helps them moving forward in this one.
Checked in for Jared Bayless.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Marvin Bagley. This past month, he's really set himself apart. 9th in steals, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Here's Farrell. He has 6. And the rejection by Towns.
A terrific effort by Towns. Sticks with the play and sends it back.
Here's Farrell. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
They executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
No doubt. I mean, they played to their strengths, and that's what helped them get this road win. I loved how they played for each other.
Now here's Towns after the miss from Contavious Caldwell-Pope. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Hield. 5 on the clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 20-6 run. Now Lowry, 17 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
Now here's Hield, following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Bagley the pass to Farrell. Clock at 6. The 3. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Well, he continues to be a dangerous scorer for them, but he can't do it all by himself. Someone else has got to help them climb out of this hole.
Now here's Towns. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Well, in addition to the scoring, he found ways to initiate contact from the defense and get himself to the line. The defense clearly frustrated trying to get a way to stop him.
And so here's Sacramento. After the three-pointer from Karl Anthony Towns, count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut back down to 13 with the basket coming from Ferrell.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his second make this quarter.
Outside, Towns. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
Ferrell kicks to Hield. Back to Ferrell. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And here's Lowry, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. They get the rebound. Okogie, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 17.
I mean, Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Minnesota making a switch. Wiggins is checked in. And here now on the 2K leaderboard, the best distributors in the league. The point guards with the most assists per game this season. Kyle Lowry third.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. And that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
You know, you're right. Looking at some of the best teammates in the NBA right there. Each of those players such a joy to play with. Because when they're at the helm of an offense, the ball's always moving. Everyone's involved. The game just flows.
So it's Sacramento. 17-point game. Caldwell Pope against Wiggins. 4 on the clock. And Kentavious Caldwell Pope with a 3.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Left side Lowry. To the wing on the left. Passes it to Wiggins. High arcing shot. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 14. Good on the triple.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And here's Lowry following the three-pointer from Kentavious Caldwell Pope. There's a minute 40 left to play in the first half. Beal can't get it to go.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Beal against Hield. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Hield's got 6 points.
I'll tell you, somebody on the defensive end has got to step in and try to get a body on him there.
KG, I know you've got to run, but as always, you've always got a home here. Thanks for stopping by. Please come back.
Man, K-Hall, man, thank you. Thank 2K, man. I appreciate y'all bringing me through here, man. Anytime y'all need me, y'all let me know, man.
The best, Kevin Garnett. And always a special occasion to have KG with us, Doris, a guy who really brings it every time we speak with him.
Well, his enthusiasm is contagious. This guy is a leader on and off the court. There's a vibrancy, a joy that he brings that was key to his success as a player and how fun as a broadcaster.
Here's Ferrell after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. That's no good. He's shooting 5 of 10 for the night. Pass to Beal. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Beal's got 5 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Farrell kicks to Hield. Bagley with the ball. 6 points for him. Lets the 3 fly. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Hield.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
The pass to Towns. Over Bagley. And again, it's Minnesota converted.
Karl Anthony Towns reading the situation and finding an opportunity in the mid-range.
And so it's Minnesota enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Joerger. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. That's our strength anyways. And for us, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter saw them extend their lead to 12 points at the break through some solid team basketball. Very few wasted possessions and a strong effort defensively. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
We come back to Minnesota now with a striking look at the 10th Avenue Bridge, downtown Minneapolis, off in the distance. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Boban Marjanovic, he's really playing well.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Well, he made them pay down there. Uses his size and body well to score close to the bucket.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Doors are seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of screening, a lot of movement, obviously, without the ball. Does that require more awareness, not only on the offensive side to make those moves, but also defensively?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. One of the most important things you can do if you're an excellent defensive team is you start with communication. So as that action starts, the movement and the screening, are the teammates talking? Screen coming right, screen coming left. Do we want to trap the screen? Do we want to make sure the ball gets out of a certain player's hands? Communication in this day and age against motion offenses has got to be at the top of the list defensively.
Well said. The two number one picks, Wiggins and Towns, are the forward position. Bradley Beal is out there with Lowry, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Henson after the made shot from Bradley Beal. And Henson kicks to Bagley. Hield outside. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And the free throw, no good.
How about Karl Anthony Towns, guys? At the age of 11, guess how tall he was? 6'3". So it was his goal to develop a complete skill set all the way back then. Boy, how about that? Ahead of the game in terms of the NBA.
Here's Farrell after the made shot from Bradley Beal. Farrell passes to Hield. Another three for Sacramento.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Timberwolves leading by 9. Outside Lowry. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Over Caldwell Pope, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
I think we know Jonas Valanciunas is effective inside, but he's got an opportunity and ability and the touch to drain jumpers.
Here's Farrell, 12 points for him. Down low. Here's Henson. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Beal's shot is good.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
The Kings trail by 13. Timeout called by the Kings.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I'd like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for Sacramento.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it close. What little offense they've been able to generate has come from the backcourt. They just need a little more balance.
Now here's Henson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Farrell. Lets it go from deep. Here's Bagley. He can't get that one to fall. Towns with the defensive effort. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Minnesota. 17 points was their biggest margin. Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 5 rebounds tonight.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Kings trail by 13. Left side, Lowry. Left side, Beal. Sinks the three-pointer. Beal's got 16 points.
Oh, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
The Kings have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Farrell kicks to Hield. Caldwell Pope outside. And that time, also a missed shot. Timberwolves leading by 16. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. 14 points for him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Farrell while recovering. The shot's good.
How about the burst of speed toward the cup? Once Yogi Ferrell gets a little step on the defense, turn the lights out.
Minnesota's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Lowry finds Valanciunas. Beal with it, defended by Henson. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist from Valanciunas. And that's now 19 points for Bradley Beal. The Kings trail by 19. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Hield outside. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. Hield with the bucket.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And Caldwell Pope, the Georgia product, when he's on the floor it's for his defense. Can give you a handful of points, but what he takes away with defense is far more significant. One of the better perimeter defenders since entering the league.
Sacramento making a switch here.
A moment now to see the stats for Hield. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 18 points per, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Now here's Wiggins. 14 points for him. No good from Valanciunas. And with Caldwell Pope in his defense, he can guard any type of perimeter player.
Yeah, I mean, has the long arms to bother small forwards and fast feet to stay with point guards. Really gives a lineup a lot of options in terms of matchups when he's on the floor. Great instincts on defense, and it's very hard to shake as he'll hound you through screens.
So it's Sacramento now, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Kicks it to Bagley. Against Rose. Lets it go from the wing. Hield can't hit.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And count if the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda. And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
The free throw drops for Rose. And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there, and he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
Now, here's Bagley. He's got 6. It's hauled in by Bates Diop. Bates Diop's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rose passes to Lowry. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, I think, Kevin, this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
Down low. Can they get it? And finished off by Bagley.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Rose kicks to Valanciunas. Wiggins against Hield, and it's Wiggins missing. The Kings trail by 21. DiVincenzo, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
One shot, line the lanes.
Court vision, Doris, one of those intangible skills. You had it when you played, and when it comes to seeing the floor, I'm sure you have people that impress you with the way they see what's going on.
Kevin, I feel very lucky and fortunate to have witnessed one of the seminal players of his generation and arguably the greatest passer in the history of the NBA, and that's LeBron James. I mean, this guy's ability to make any pass, to put a 50-foot pass on a rope from one side of the floor, maybe from the hash mark to the opposite corner, and put it in the shooting pocket of different players is mind-boggling. At the center spot, you've got the young and talented and pass first center of Nikola Jokic. And then, of course, the man who, to me, for a 10-year stretch, was the best pure point guard in the NBA, and that's Chris Paul. And listen, historically, some of the guys I loved watching, Steve Nash, John Stockton, I loved Mo Cheeks. Listen, I'm very partial to men who want to distribute the basketball and who take special relish in watching guys score baskets off their work.
The Kings trail by 20. Pass to Giles. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Giles. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Now here's Rose. He's got 5. Clock at 4. Inside. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Rose. Rose has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Allen kicks to Giles. Down low, Robinson. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Outside Rose. The pass to Jones. Outside Towns. He doesn't hit that one. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The shot's good from Bayless.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Sacramento making their last shot. Rose, no good. And there's a minute 45 left here in the third quarter. To the inside. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. They'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against the Pacers in Indiana.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Now here's Allen following the miss by Derrick Rose. DiVincenzo. He's covered by Beal. From beyond the arc.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
You know, Kev, because of his toughness, Rose does this with regularity. Converts inside against duress.
DiVincenzo. He's covered by Beal. DiVincenzo. That one a little long.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
Jones kicks to Towns. The dish to Beal. Towns down low. The kick out to Rose. It's stolen. Allen outside. Here's Giles. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Giles has got his first bucket of the night. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Towns. Over Giles. They get it again. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got 15 points.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
And the shot is good.
Clearly caught him off guard with that move. Not the guy you'd expect to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully there.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Minnesota on top, opening up a huge gap. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Jared Bayless. Giles is out there with Allen. And it's Robinson. Look at the state of the game. International League's getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad, and I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer. The Kings trail by 20. Allen outside. It's Robinson, top of the key. DiVincenzo. At the elbow, it's Allen. Sacramento moving it around. DiVincenzo. Covered by Wiggins. Wiggins with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 20. Rose with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. Robinson against Wiggins. Over Robinson. Second chance shot. And the nice bucket inside for Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Timberwolves. Bayless the pass to Giles. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. It's stolen by Jones. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Bayless. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
Now here's Rose. Here's Wiggins. Sacramento grabs the miss. Robinson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Fires from the wing. And yes, it's good.
You know, after a first half of poor shooting, he is turning up the heat now.
Outside Rose. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
And here are the Kings now, following Tyus Jones' three-point attempt. Bayless finds Allen. And the 3 off target.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Outside Robinson. DiVincenzo. Defended by Jones. DiVincenzo. And it's off the back rim. No good. Minnesota leading by 22. Pass to Wiggins. Sinks that one from the post. Wiggins has got 20.
That think tonight is a great measure of Wiggins' progress, scoring in volume in a variety of ways.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Bayless. 6 to shoot. Giles. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Bates-Diagne. Lets it fly, and again it's Minnesota converting.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And Joe Allen will bring it up for Sacramento. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. A platoon swap here for Sacramento. So it's the Timberwolves now. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. And Beal kicks to Lowry. 3-pointer. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
There's the pass to Farrell. Hield outside. Shoots. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Wow, hats off to him for making that one. You can't find a much tougher shot than that.
Now here's Towns. Beal deciding where to go with it. Lowry from outside. A 3-pointer is right on target.
It took a lot of work for Kyle Lowry to become this dangerous from three-point land. And downtown is one terrific option among many for this guy.
Here's Farrell. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage young players to do is play 3-on-3, because it forces you to move and to cut and to screen and how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
Such great advice.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Here's Hield after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Back to Hield. Over Lowry. Hield can't hit. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 13, so just about 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Okogie, he's guarded by Caldwell Pope from downtown, and again Minnesota with the triple.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he beat up?
Here's Farrell, now recovering. G League, Doris, growing roster of teams introduced two-way contracts last season. Is it safe to call it an official minor league at this point, do you think?
Well, I'm just going to say that I thought this was one of the best changes to the NBA last season. And you look at certain players who went back and forth between the G League, and when they were up with the respective NBA team, they were a significant part of the rotation. Quinn Cook comes to mind. The NBA champion had a two-way player in Quinn Cook who was a vital part of their G League and then becomes a vital part of their real-time success. To me, what a tremendous platform for player development, Kevin.
Yeah, the league has gotten it right with this. Hield with the bucket.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. To the middle. No good from Valanciunas. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Sacramento. Pass to Farrell. He kicks it to Hield. Puts up a three. Good on the triple. Hield's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his third triple since halftime.
Now here is Lowry. He's tightly guarded. To the inside. And the dunk by Towers.
Well, for all the talk about the accurate shooters in the league, give it up to Kyle Lowry for his precise passing ability.
Here's Farrell, now recovering. Hield kicks to Farrell. Hield against Beal. Puts it up. Again, Sacramento.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. For today's defensive schemes, Doris, which are more valuable in your opinion? Great on-ball defenders or great help defenders?
Well, I think you need both, obviously. I think anytime you can pressure the ball to a high level, I think that's very disruptive at the point of attack. But I also think in an era of incredible motion offense, you think of players and teams like the Golden State Warriors, the San Antonio Spurs, there's great ball movement, player movement, and you've got to be able to be aware at least 2 passes away. So you need both quality types of defenders, to me, to have a high-level defense, Kevin.
I agree. It begins with an on-ball defender and usually evolves into a help defender. I mean, you can't do one without the other.
Agreed.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Farrell kicks to Hield, to the paint, deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Caldwell Pope pass to Farrell. Shot clock at 3. Goes up at the stripe.
Well, at just 6 foot, Kyle Lowry has such a low center of gravity, and he uses it well on the defensive end. So hard to shake.
Passes it to Towns. Outside, Beal. They get it back. Valanciunas. He can't get it to go. Here's Farrell. Minnesota winning this one easy. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
It feels great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.